Well, it's just time to. I've been trying not to say anything, but it's pretty hard to not say something when that's all that's on news and social media. Either that or BS, silly, nothing stuff. But it sure has been drowning out other things that are important that are going on. But anyway, I'm just going to talk about this just one time. And like everyone else, I have an opinion about it. It's not about choosing sides for me, though, because both sides just equally suck. I'm not talking about now the general population of like Israel, which is a very diverse country. There's, besides Jews, there's lots of Muslims and Christians that live there, and a lot of other, I'm sure there's actually a lot of secular people too. Palestine, maybe not so much, but still, the general population are pretty normal. For an Arabic group of Arabic people, they're very secular. You don't see a lot of, there's traditionalists there, that wear the hijab and all that crap. But anyway, the Zionists are like the extreme right wing of the government of Israel, and they happen to be, for the most part, in power by the skin of their teeth. They have a lot of opposition. And Hezbollah, not Hezbollah, but Hamas is another group that's just almost completely funded by Iranian oil and Middle East oil. I'm sure that the Saudi Arabia has people in that country that have supported it. So, and they want a war. That's why they launched that with, by the way, total disregard for the civilian Palestinian population. As far as the Arabic world is concerned, well, they're just disposable. And the Zionists, they would love the genocide. They would love to just clean house so they can move in, take the land. It's kind of a familiar theme here in the United States. If you go back, they're still doing it now with our Native American population. But anyway, so here you have the rightest of the right extremism in the Arabic world. The oil millionaires that fund this stuff, millions and millions and billions of dollars that fund it. And all these people know each other. I mean, come on, the wealthiest people in the world, I don't give a shit what country they come from. They all know each other. They're buddies. The Saudi Arabians are actually, now own the PGA Tour, if you can believe that. And the Zionists, this has been going on since, 1947 actually was when it was set up. But I mean, Zionism goes back a lot farther than that, I think. The turn of that century, like in the early 1900s, some idiot wrote a book, The Zionists, or something. So that's just exactly the way I look at it. It's just the rich and powerful of one kind of group clusterfuck on the planet, and another rich as fuck group clusterfuck on the planet, and they're both fighting each other. They both know what it's gonna do to the regular people. And just trust me, the average Joe Blow Palestinian, he just gets up in the morning and wants to go to work, feed his kids, send them to school, put clothes on them, provide for his family. And the same with the average Joe Blow Israelite, I don't know, whatever flavor they are. That's what's going on. And that's the bulk of the population. And I'm sure if you interviewed the bulk of either one of those populations, they just want peace and the freedom to work and provide for their families. So all this jumping around I see from people on this side or people on that side, I understand if you're of the Jewish faith, you're going to lean more towards what, and buy into the bullshit that the media is putting out, And I'm sure if you're Arabic in any way, shape, or form, or of the Muslim faith, I shouldn't say Arabic, you're going to be leaning towards Palestine and Hamas. But really, this thing has nothing to do with religion. This is all about money and bullshit, power. People want to stay in power. Even in Iran, these guys, whatever they're called, the Ayatollahs, they're just dirty old men, Yeah, they're wearing dresses, for Christ's sake. And it's certainly not for Christ's sake any of this is being done. Although the British Empire who are the caretakers of all of this. They orchestrated all this back in the end of World War II. Anyway, it's just two gigantic entities, two groups of world terrorists terrorizing each other, but mainly they're terrorizing just the average citizens that have no business or reason to be terrorized like this. And I don't understand why people just can't look at it for what it is instead of they got to go through all these contortions and bend over backwards and turn themselves into pretzels over what side they're on, the side. Yeah, there's two sides to this. There's the wealthy of the world that are causing this, and then there's the side of the regular people, from the middle class on down, from the street cleaners to the doctors. They're the ones that are suffering, and their children. So, anyway, I don't have any more to say than that. I'm disgusted by the whole thing again. It's all so predictable. I mean, in my whole lifetime, and I could remember Golda Meir, and I even remember I think his name was Ben Gurion, the first president. It's been a long time. Back then it was the PLO, Yasser Arafat. The other side was the Palestinian Liberation Army organization, or whatever, pre-Hamas, pre-Hezbollah, all of that. Anyway, our world has just evolved into this bloodthirsty place. You know, all the little visions of the evangelicals. You know, around the world, mainly here in the United States, that are funding the Zionists in hopes that Jesus is going to come back. I mean, all of this shit is just nuts, crazy. Can't anybody really see it for what it is? Anyway, I'm sorry, but the human race is very disappointing as far as I'm concerned. Adios. Buenas noches.